Hello, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. This is a broadcast from Princeton, New Jersey. Today is Thursday, August 4th, 2011. Our main international news today, President Assad in Syria continues his relentless attack on the citizenry of the southern city of Hama. At least 40 more people were killed again today. This is on top of untold dozens killed yesterday. The international community remains outraged. Meanwhile, President Assad, no doubt, like the rest of the Middle East, is sitting transfixed in his presidential palace, watching the proceedings from a Cairo courtroom where one of President Assad's predecessors in tyranny, Hosni Mubarak, is sitting in a cage in a hospital gurney, semi-participating in the trial being conducted against him. The Middle East is sitting transfixed watching these proceedings as an individual who for 30 plus years had ruled Egypt is now being treated essentially like a common criminal. Meanwhile, General Motors announced in Detroit that they have seen a profit in the preceding quarter of $2.5 billion. This is twice as much as what they did a year ago. It stunned Wall Street. People are very impressed with this. Hurricane Emily is hovering over the island of Hispaniola, once again drenching Haiti. Over 10 inches of rain have fallen already in the mountains in Haiti that run through the spine of the main island. It's expected that there's going to be heavy flooding. The storm has continued to expected to continue to progress and skirt up the east coast of the U.S. Several tracks have it hitting Miami. However, the wind speeds are only about 40 to 50 miles per hour, so it should mainly be a rainmaker event. The American economy is showing some signs of something. Jobless claims for the previous week dipped slightly. We're down to 400,000 now. Economists had been expecting about 405,000, so at least it was in the right direction. In reinsurance news and insurance news, Andy Haste made a surprise announcement. He's stepping down as the Chief Executive Officer of RSA Insurance. RSA is based in the UK. Its actual headquarters are in Liverpool, although that's where it was founded. It's mainly based along in the Leadenhall Street in the city in London. Mr. Haste is going to be replaced by Simon Lee, who's currently the CEO of RSA International. RSA said that the two men will work together to achieve a smooth handover. Simon Lee joined RSA Insurance in 2003. His background is in banking. He had been the CEO of NatWest Offshore. It's a little bit of a surprise insofar as the succession could not have been a planned development, since the replacement, Mr. Lee, is 50 years old. He's a year older than the man going out, Mr. Haste, who's 49. Questions will undoubtedly be raised about Mr. Haste's departure, but given the announcement that his replacement, Lee, is going to see a salary increase now of up to £800,000, and given Haste's strong record at RSA, one likely factor is that Haste would be able to earn rather more money elsewhere. Bermuda-based Catlin has booked a $220 million U.S. net loss from the first half. This is compared with a $57 million gain in the same period last year. Net premiums earned were $1.76 billion, up from about $1.57 billion. This number is interesting, though. If you parse it, it indicates a 4% decline in the London market business, Catlin wrote, compared to a 26% aggregate increase in the rest of the world. This means that now 50% of Catlin's business is now written by non-London UK underwriting operations. The first half of last year, that number was 43%. The company made an underwriting loss of $91 million compared with a gain of $227 million for the first half. The combined ratio increased to about 116.5% from 97.5%. Cat losses contributed 32% to that number. Stephen Catlin, CEO, said that rates for property treaty insurance, however, increased significantly during the June 1 and July 1st renewals, and we're already seeing evidence that rates for primary property insurance are hardening. Of course, as we've commented several times on this show, this is not reflected from information produced by Aon, which says that in fact rates for their clients have dipped 5%. Haven't quite figured that out yet. Munich Re is coming out with some numbers. They're still aiming for a year-end profit. This is despite posting an operating loss of 437 million euros in the first half of this year. The loss is a big drop and compared to the 2.2 billion euros it earned for the same period last year. Munich Re Chairman Nicholas von Baumhard attributed first half losses to the 2011 natural cats. He said the results to be expected. Gross written premiums were up, however, 10% to about 25 billion euros, with 12 billion of that attributable to the second quarter. Combined operating ratios for the reinsurance sector remained unprofitable. They jumped up about 27 points to 133%. That's compared to 106% for the same period last year. But they're still on track for a profit for the full year. Swiss Re is reporting group income of 960 million US for the second quarter. This would push it into the black for the year to date. The Q2 gain compared with an $812 million gain for the same period last year, so they're ahead. For the first half, Swiss Re booked a net income of $295 million, down from $970 million for the same period last year. This is on earned premiums of a little over $10 billion, up from about $9.5 billion. The decline, of course, is attributable to a horrific first quarter for catastrophes, causing the property and casualty division to book an operating loss of $1.2 billion in Q1. The reinsurer reported strong July renewals, which make up about 18% of Swiss Re's P&C treaty book. They saw a top-line growth of 8%, with risk-adjusted price adequacy, i.e. Premiums, improving by 5%. So they too are seeing premium increases, just like Munich Re, unlike Aon. French insurance giant AXA has quadrupled its net profit in the first half, all the way up to 4 billion euros, mainly boosted by gains from sales of operations in Australia, New Zealand, and its stake in China's Taikang Life. In terms of its actual operating performance, AXA posted a 10% increase in operating profit, driven by a contribution of 15% plus from its P&C group, up to 989 million euros. The company's combined ratio improved to 97% in the first half, compared to about 98.6% a year earlier. Meanwhile, in Chicago this evening, Chicago, Illinois, the President of the United States is going to be celebrating his 50th birthday. It's a party being hosted by his family, being paid for by his family. It's one of these occasions where the President is going to be basking in the warm glow of his friends and family, and presumably we understand some individuals from Hollywood will be jetting in. The Tea Party and the debt ceiling discussion will have faded somewhat, and we wish the President a happy birthday and hope he has a good time. Thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow, Christopher Fortunato will be doing the news from here, and on Monday, Shane Hustwaite will be doing the news from London. I will be back on Tuesday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.